The zombie disease started spreading in the hospital, and all the doctors and patients started turning into zombies. There was a doctor trying to survive, and her husband entered the hospital himself to fight the zombies and save her. So what will happen? This is the recap of the movie Ziam 2025. The film begins at a time of humanity's collapse due to rising temperatures, and all countries started facing a shortage of food. Many fights broke out among people over food and drink, but unlike all the countries in the world, Thailand still had some resources because the government distributed food to all people fairly. They chose specific people to deliver food across the country, and among those people was a strong fighter named Singh. At that time, he was delivering a shipment with a friend, and Singh was talking to his friend, saying, "I'm thinking of quitting this job, but I still don't know what to do." While they were on the road, they found the road blocked by a car, and when they took another road, it was blocked too. So they realized that bandits would ambush them, and indeed, their assumption was correct. The thieves approached their car, but Singh was waiting for them outside and hit them. Although he didn't have a weapon like them, he managed to overpower them thanks to his combat experience. However, he took a knife wound to his face, which made him angry, and he bared his fangs and unleashed his Muay Thai skills on them, easily dodging their attacks. But the thieves were many, and they managed to open the car door and open one of the boxes. Singh's friend intervened, hit them, and knocked them out. After they finished them all, they returned to the car and continued on their way. They delivered the shipment to the merchant, but the merchant didn't give Singh and his friend all the money because he found one of the boxes broken. Afterward, Singh and his friend returned from where they came, and Singh took a motorcycle from his friend to travel with his wife. Singh's friend was surprised when he opened the broken box because it contained fish, and we learned that fish had completely gone extinct due to bacteria spreading in the sea. So, finding fish at this time was like a miracle. Then we see businessmen sitting together, and the one gathering these people was a man named Johnny, who was the right-hand man of Mr. Vasu. Vasu was the person who managed to achieve the impossible and kept the Thai people able to live without famine or food shortages. Johnny was now telling them about a new project Vasu wanted to start. Through this project, Thailand would begin trading fish. He showed them a sample of the fish and told them, "Through this food, Thailand will become the world's food hub, and this fish has no danger." Mr. Vasu's wife herself ate this fish, and he ate in front of them to reassure them. They were all surprised and started eating the fish. Johnny asked them for donations to start this project, but suddenly, without warning, Johnny had a strange seizure. Blood came out his mouth, and he convulsed on the chair. This likely happened because of the type of fish. Meanwhile, Singh arrived home on the motorcycle and met his wife, Rin. She didn't like that Singh worked in transporting food and supplies because it was dangerous to his life. He reassured her and said, "This is the last time I'll work this job." She said to him, "You always say that, and you don't realize that if something happens to you, my heart will be destroyed." She cleaned his wound and treated his injuries. Then she got ready to go to her job at the hospital. Singh told her, "Finish your work quickly because I need you for something important." Afterward, Rin rode the car that would take her, and the electricity cut off in the area because the government was saving electricity. Rin was with her friend Mink and her son Badi in the car. Mink noticed that Rin was upset and asked her why. Rin said, "Because I argued with my husband about his job, and I'm scared he'll die." Mink said to her, "You're right to be scared, but there aren't many jobs available for people to choose from." Then they arrived at the hospital, and Rin was surprised to see the hospital crowded at night with many patients. Rin checked on the patients, and Badi, Mink's son, was walking with her because he dreamed of becoming a doctor when he grew up. After a while, Rin got separated from Badi because she was going to perform surgery. But before she started the surgery, the hospital director told her, "Come with me, I need you for something important." Another doctor would perform the surgery. She was surprised and said to him, "That's not okay. I need to perform the surgery for the patient now, because his condition is critical." The director said to her, "You must come with me. The entire hospital situation will be critical." The director took her to meet Mr. Vasu, and Vasu said to her, "I need your help because my wife is very sick, and I believe fish liver will treat her." Rin said to him, "We're not sure that fish liver will treat her." Vasu said to her, "I managed to keep the whole country alive, so surely I won't give my wife something harmful." But Rin was hesitant to follow his advice, so Vasu decided to try the treatment on his own responsibility. At the same time, we see the patient Rin was supposed to operate on, who turns out to be Johnny. The doctors gave him a large dose of sedative to make him sleep, but then we see blood coming out his mouth, and he had seizures and strange convulsions. The doctors didn't know how to handle him. Johnny resisted these convulsions until he completely gave in and turned into a zombie. His eyes turned completely black. He got up from the bed, attacked the nurse, left his room, and attacked anyone he saw. Rin saw what happened and was terrified. Meanwhile, Singh was at home preparing his bag, waiting for Rin to return from the hospital so they could leave and live in another country. But he heard the government speaking on loudspeakers, warning of an emergency at the hospital. Singh got worried because it was a hospital where Rin worked, and he rushed to the hospital. He found dozens of people standing outside the hospital who were relatives of the doctors and staff working there. Security was preventing people from entering. Suddenly, a body fell from the hospital in front of them. A security guard approached it to check. Unaware that the body had turned into a zombie, the zombie attacked the security guard and bit him. He shot at it and killed it. In the midst of this chaos, Singh managed to sneak into the hospital and search for his wife. Meanwhile, the guards tried to control the zombies that started attacking people. The zombies spread heavily in the hospital, and anyone bitten turned into a zombie. Rin was hiding in a room with the director, who had been bitten by a zombie, but she didn't know. She decided to leave to understand what happened, and suspected the zombie disease was caused by some contamination. She went out to check the place cautiously. When she returned to the room she was in, she was almost bitten by the director, who had turned into a zombie. Rin managed to escape and barely survived. She heard sounds in the hospital of many people being attacked. She heard her husband's voice on the radio and went to respond, but the electricity cut off suddenly, and she couldn't talk to him or tell him her location. We see that every floor in the hospital had people turning into zombies, and the scene became terrifying. Singh decided to start his mission to find his wife. When he opened a door, he was surprised by a zombie entering, and Singh had to fight it. He hit it using his Muay Thai skills, but realized he couldn't defeat the zombie with punches. So he took a phone cord, wrapped it around the zombie, tied it up, then gave it a strong blow and finished it off. When he went out, he faced large numbers of zombies, gave each one a punch, and continued on his way. Then he heard Badi's voice calling for help. Badi was face to face with a zombie and tried to hide behind the beds, but the zombie crawled toward him from under the beds. At the last moment, Singh pulled away and saved Badi. Badi saw him fighting the other zombies and told him, "Hit them in the head, because that's the body center." Singh listened to him and delivered strong punches to their heads. After saving Badi from them, Badi asked him to take him to his mother, but Singh said, "Take me to Dr. Rin first." Badi agreed. Meanwhile, the soldiers were shooting at anyone coming out of the hospital to prevent the infection from spreading. Army leaders were in a meeting discussing what was happening, hesitant to send army forces to the hospital because they might lose soldiers who could turn into zombies. The Supreme Army Commander decided to blow up the hospital with the people inside to kill the disease and protect the safety of Bangkok's residents. The other officials were shocked by this decision because innocent people would die. The Army Commander said, "It doesn't matter. The majority's interest is more important than the interest of 500 people in the hospital." We see the soldiers placing explosives on the hospital's walls. Rin was moving cautiously, wanting to enter the surveillance camera room, but the door was locked. She saw the body of a guard who had the keys and sneaked to take them from him, but he had turned into a zombie and tried to bite her. She managed to take the keys from him and opened the door. She saw on the cameras people being attacked and was shocked by the horrific scene. She realized there was no safe place in the hospital. Meanwhile, Singh and Badi were moving through the hospital and saw a sign indicating that Rin had surgery on the 5th floor. Before they moved there, Badi laughed when he saw a zombie unable to move. Because of his laughter, he attracted the zombies to them. Singh fought them and defended himself and Badi, but the zombies were many, so they ran and entered one of the rooms and locked the door. There was a person with them in the room, sitting next to his sick father. That person felt hopeless and said to them, "We're all going to die. There's no escape." Singh saw a window in the room and decided to escape through it because the zombies were about to break into the room. He went to the window and took Badi with him. The zombies entered and ate the father and son's bodies. Singh and Badi climbed the scaffolding to reach the 5th floor, but on the way, a zombie broke the glass and tried to grab Badi. Badi screamed and called for help, and at the last moment, Singh saved him and killed the zombie with a sharp weapon. He helped Badi and pulled him up, hugged him, and they rested psychologically for a while because they managed to survive. When they reached the floor above, Badi saw his mother and hugged her, but Singh noticed that Mink had been bitten on her back, meaning she would turn into a zombie at any moment. Mink told Singh, "Rin is on the 10th floor, and I want you to take care of Badi because I won't be able to move with you." She told her son, "I want you to be strong." Badi broke down when he realized his mother was infected and cried in despair, not wanting to leave her. Singh pulled him forcefully to leave, and Badi kept screaming. wanted to stay with his mother. She was crying too and started turning. Badi broke free from Singh and ran to his mother, but was shocked when he saw she had turned. Badi screamed at her, attracting the zombies' attention. Singh carried him and kept any zombies away from their path, heading to the emergency stairs. Meanwhile, Rin noticed that Vasu was still alive and his room was the safest in the hospital. She decided to go to his room to hide and managed to reach him safely. She asked him to open the door for her, and he opened it at the right time. Rin caught her breath, terrified, and Vasu reassured her, saying, "Help will surely come soon." At that time, the army learned that Vasu was in the hospital, so the army commander decided to send a special forces team to extract Vasu only. Badi told Singh, "Leave me here and move, because I might be a burden to you." Singh sat next to him and didn't leave him, saying, "Stay strong so your mother will be proud of you." The boy got encouraged in honor of his mother and moved with him. Vasu was talking to his sick wife, saying, "We'll get out of here together." But he noticed her for fluid was running out. He told Rin, "It's ironic that I saved the entire country when it was in a critical state, but I can't save my wife. I need your help. If you can get in 4 fluid for my wife, I'll take you with me when I'm rescued." Rin agreed and risked her life, leaving the room. At the same time, Singh and Badi reached the 10th floor and were happy when they heard the sound of a helicopter arriving at the location, but they didn't know it was a special forces team come and take Vasu and leave, and the building would explode in half an hour. Rin moved cautiously, heading to the room with the 4 fluid, but the zombies saw her and ran toward her. Singh saw what happened from a distance and decided to intervene to save his wife. He shouted to make the zombies run toward him and kept some zombies away from her path. Meanwhile, the army arrived, killed the zombies, and moved toward Vasu's room. Singh killed any zombie coming his way, while the soldiers gave the 4 fluid to Vasu's wife, and then took Vasu and his wife to escape. Singh saw that Rin was in the room and in danger, so he broke the glass with a fire extinguisher. Badi entered and sprayed the zombies with the extinguisher, and the room filled with smoke, so the zombies couldn't see Rin. Then Singh killed the zombie and hit its head with the extinguisher. Finally, the couple reunited. The soldiers, on their way out, faced zombies and killed them, but the doctor with them got bitten, so the soldier killed him without hesitation. Vasu got worried about his wife's health and told them, "We must save Dr. Rin to help my wife." The soldiers had to follow his orders. Then Singh and those with him left the room they were in, and suddenly the soldiers shot Singh because they considered he might be a zombie. Rin was shocked and tried to stop her husband's bleeding, but they pulled her and took her with them. The soldiers faced the zombies again, but the brave Singh stood up again, and it turned out the bullet didn't hit a vital spot. He helped the soldiers get rid of the zombies and attacked them. Then he had to fight the soldiers themselves, so he and his wife could survive. Despite his injury, he fought the soldier, tried to choke him, but the soldier broke free and engaged in a fierce fight with him. The soldier managed to stop Singh, attacked him, pressed on his wound, grabbed his neck, and wanted to kill him. Singh was about to lose consciousness, but zombies saved him by distracting the soldier. Singh stood up, delivered a strong blow to the soldier's face, then another blow to his head, waited for him to stand, and gave him a flying kick. Singh collided with him, and they both lost consciousness. They became vulnerable to the zombies' attack, and indeed, we see the soldier getting bitten. Rin pulled her husband's body to a safe place and treated his shoulder injury, saving him quickly before he lost too much blood. After a while, he woke up, and despite his pain, he wanted to move and escape immediately. But Rin stopped him and said, "You're still weak and need to rest." Singh said to her, "I'm sorry I made you worry about me all this time." She said to him, "I'm sorry I exaggerated my fear for you, but I didn't know how I'd live if something happened to you." She asked him to rest, and then they'd figure out what to do. He said to her, "When we get out of here, we'll go back to live in Chiang Mai, and that's the news I was keeping for you as a surprise." Rin was very happy because she returned to the city where she grew up. The boy Badi opened the door slowly to check the situation and saw the soldier Singh was fighting, who had turned into a zombie. There was a quarter of an hour left before the whole place exploded. Singh and those with him opened the door to lure him. Singh threw flammable liquid on him, then threw fire at him and left him to burn and die. The fire suppression system activated, and water sprayed throughout the hospital. Then we see all the dead zombies waking up again and turning into creatures more terrifying than before. Our 3 heroes, while moving, saw Vasu and his wife, and we noticed that Vasu's wife started showing zombie symptoms because she obviously ate the fish. Rin told Vasu, "We must escape now before she attacks us." But Vasu was relieved that his wife woke up again and didn't care if she was a zombie or not. He refused to leave her and go. She fully turned and bit him. Singh took those with him and escaped. The newly transformed chased Vasu and ate his body completely. Then they started chasing the last 3 survivors in the entire hospital. Singh told Rin and Badi to run, and he stood to stall the zombies, holding an iron bar and fighting them. Rin and Badi reached the roof and met a soldier from the army. He asked them, "Are you infected with the disease?" Rin said to him, "No." The soldier asked him to turn around and check them thoroughly. When he confirmed they were fine, he lowered his weapon and asked about Vasu and the rescue team with him. She told him they died. The soldier wanted to take them and leave before the place exploded, but they hesitated to wait because there was someone with them who was surely coming. The soldier gave him a 5-minute deadline and told him to wait in the helicopter to be safe. At that time, Singh entered a car and tried to defend himself, but the zombies surrounded him from every direction. He hit whoever he could, but unfortunately, they broke the glass and stormed the car. Although he was surrounded, he fought with all his strength and had no idea how to escape without getting bitten. He protected himself with a metal cover. Suddenly, the car exploded from the pressure on it, but Singh somehow managed to survive, and all the zombies with him died. Unfortunately, a new horde of zombies ran toward him, and there were 3 minutes left until the hospital exploded. At the same time, the soldier decided they had to leave with the helicopter. Singh reached the roof and stood behind the door, so the zombies wouldn't pass and reach the helicopter. He fell to the ground from exhaustion and saw Rin in the helicopter. She was screaming and asking the pilot to stop, going crazy because her husband was so close to her. Singh realized he wouldn't make it to the helicopter and accepted his fate, knowing he would die but was happy he saved his wife. At the same time, he was frustrated because he wouldn't see her again. Then the helicopter took off, and the zombies ran towards Singh. Rin saw her husband fighting large numbers of zombies, holding a sharp tool and slashing their heads. Rin was shocked when the building exploded before her eyes and broke down crying over her husband. She hugged Badi because they both lost people dear to them. After several weeks, Rin was in Chiang Mai and still upset about Singh's death, but it turned out he survived because he locked himself in a metal capsule and began his journey to return to Rin. Here, we reached the end of the film. Thank you for watching.